I'll bet it's difficult for a person who finds a treasure to think to give a portion to the person they got the most help from. It's easy to say it, like K-Pro gave a huge reveal about Van Sickle. If I found the past and future box there, I'd for sure give a portion to her. But would I really peg leg? It's nice to think I wouldn't be like Jack, but it's the human condition.
Some guy that lives in his mom's base, dude, did an entire video of base, and he went on and on. Dude, he's probably 50. And he went on and on. And he went on and on. Dude, you gotta get out of your base, dude. Get outside. Get a light. You need a girl. Get outside. Whatever you're into. Get outside. Just do something. You need a girl. Get outside. And he went on and on. Get outside, dude. Need a girl. Get outside, dude. Get outside, dude. Get outside. Get out. Gotta get out. Gotta get out. Gotta get out. Get outside.
Is it possible that Justin Posey sat down in Montana, looked around him, and then wrote the clues based on things surrounding him? The place could be somewhere in, let's say, Oregon. No, not orange again. I said Oregon. Again, no! Not Oregon like the piano with a small complex. I said Oregon, not the organs in a human body. Ooh, yummy, but still no. Yes, that Oregon. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Justin Posey's treasure hunt. And how he may have only used the names of places in Montana to describe the places elsewhere. I say this because of the line, wisdom waits in shadowed sight. I also say this because of the fact that Polaris is an important place for him, and he used the word Ursa in his poem. The treasure could be in another state like Washington, even if the words wisdom and Ursa are in the poem. That's his obfuscation. He can honestly say that he wasn't deliberately trying to trick people, and at the same time hiding the clues by making us think some place like Montana is so obvious. However, I don't want to be naive and unaware. I believe Justin Posey is sending a message much deeper than treasure hunting is fun and worried about the lands around us, etc. I think he also wants to make sure he honors Forrest Fenn's memory. A good way to do that would be to hide a treasure in the place he relishes the most in the book, so that he gets the point across that we should all pay attention to the most loved place that a treasure hunter talks about in his book. What place is that for Justin? I believe that place is Montana. Every one of us will be hitting ourselves if the treasure is found there. But let's slide away from Montana for a moment. I want to give away something that I've held on to for a while now. I've kind of realized that I am not going to find Justin Posey's treasure. With that, I figured being helpful is the next best thing. If this ends up leading somebody to the treasure, I guess I could hold onto a little bit of pride in knowing that I helped. Hey, when the treasure was found, what? Did you get out of it? Man in his mom's basement? Me? Pride? Wonderful. Pride is an American value. Hold on to it tightly. Get to the point, okay? Here it is. Wisdom waits in shadowed sight. Wisdom waits in shadowed sight. Let's look at the map in the book. Does everyone remember the little? You might find every failure leads to a perfect lesson zone. Quote that was hidden in the acknowledgments page. Well, what if he did that somewhere else in the book? What if there is a bigger clue that we are all missing? What if there is another shadowed sight clue in the book that leads to a more substantial place? Well, I found something. Just like shining a light through XI2, XII in the acknowledgement section, I did the same with the page in the book that had the map. If you shine a light through page 203 to page 204, where the map is, you can see Tucker shining through. Does anybody else find it interesting that on page 203, there's a picture of Tucker on the bottom half of the page and absolutely nothing on the top half? So I had the thought, maybe I need to do the light shine thing to this. But what am I looking for? Is it where Tucker's nose points to? Maybe. Is there anywhere in the book that tells us what to look for? Maybe. Let's see. I looked everywhere in the book where it mentioned Tucker's name. In the chapter called, in the story called The Snout Scout, he said something very peculiar. These words, reading them again, I almost didn't want to reveal this content. But anyway, he says, on page 172, we've been so preoccupied searching the stars for intelligent life that we've underestimated the depth and complexity of the communication happening right under our noses. Or paws, as the case may be. Let me break this possible clue down for you. He knew everyone would be obsessing about stars after reading his poem. He is kind of smart that way. So, he says, we've been so preoccupied searching the stars. Ursa, Ursa, Ursa. Then he goes on to explain where we should look by saying, quote, that we've underestimated the depth and complexity of the communication happening right under our noses or paws, as the case may be. Is it possible he is telling us the answer of where to look for the starting place? Is he telling us the case may be? Shine a light through and look for where the paw points? People, pay attention. This might be the starting point to your treasure hunt. When I shine a light through the Tucker to the map, what do I find? Well, a dog has 4 paws. I can see the front paws point off the page. I will only assume this means either Alaska or don't pay attention to these paws. One of the back paws also points off the map. I will interpret this as meaning ignore this paw. There is absolutely only one paw that points to a place on the map. The only paw that points to a place on the map is Tucker's back right paw. That would be, from your perspective, the back and left side. That paw points to Oregon. If you want to try seeing where his nose points, that would be near Death Valley. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and guess he didn't hide the treasure in Death Valley. Although, he did say, no, tangled and twisted finds. Death Valley looks barren. No tangled and twisted finds there. Now let's go back to Oregon. He does mention many times the word treasure in the book. The word treasure can blur a little as you are trying to associate it with clues. But we have the paw, Oregon, the picture of Justin with his siblings in Oregon and calling it a treasure. Coincidence, if we can find one more. That would be evidence.